Good morning. Today is Friday, July 5, 2024, and the program is Inside Nigeria, your breakfast show on leadership television. My name is Winifred Gbebo, your host on the program. Thank God it's Friday. Today is the last edition for the week, and of course, we have an array of newspapers as for us to review front headline stories, including Nigeria's foremost Friday newspaper, Leadership Friday. Leadership Friday mystery says courts wear big stick in Kano, Rivers, Edo crisis. Give two Kano judges 48 hours to resign over Gandiji's probe. Void Edo PDP governorship primaries. The main headline story today on Leadership newspaper. Let's just see what the story is saying. In the Kano suit, Justice Farouk Lawan Adamu and Justice Zuwairu Yusuf, appointed by the chairman of the Judicial Commission of Inquiry for the recovery of misappropriated public properties and assets, and the Judicial Commission of Inquiry to investigate political violence and missing persons, respectively, were given 48 hours to resign their appointments. In Edo State, the Federal High Court Abuja voided the People's Democratic Party (PDP) governorship primary for the September 21, 2024 election. Similarly, the Appeal Court Abuja dismissed the ruling of a Rivers State High Court on the suit against the 27 PDP lawmakers who had defected to the All Progressives Congress (APC). The appellate court ruled that the lower court lacked jurisdiction to hear the matter. These are the paragraphs for the three states stories for the courts wearing the big stick. Courts wear big stick in Kano, Rivers, Edo crisis. From that main headline stories, we move to other stories gracing the cover of Leadership Friday. $150 billion loan. Reactions trace signing of Samoa agreement. The story runs on page 7 of Leadership Friday. And Access Holdings leads in Bank Strength Index ranking. The story is on page 21 of Leadership Friday. From that, we move to the page 3 where we have our stand. Our stand is on armed aviation security personnel. It's a question the editorial is asking today. Of course, you'll find out more when you log on to the website. But before you do that, let's move to the back page of the paper where we have conversation with Azu. Azu is here when he's the editor-in-chief of Leadership Newspaper Limited. And his column today is on Rishi Sunak's next life. Rishi Sunak's next life, talking about the Prime Minister of UK, of British Prime Minister Rishi Sunak. From that, we conclude review of Leadership newspaper. For more, log on to www.leadership.ng. We move to the next paper that has also similar headline with that of Leadership Friday, and that is The Guardian. The Guardian says parties kick as courts deliver upset in Edo Rivers Power Games. Parties kick as courts deliver upset in Edo Rivers Power Games. The story runs on page 6 of The Guardian. Beneath that, JAMB clamps down on fake diploma certificates for university admission. NNPCL denies $6 billion debt as few queues resurface. EFCC, NFIU orders decry money laundering, terrorism financing. Exit poll, Labour wins landslide in UK general election. Is on news page 5 of The Guardian. Exit poll, Labour wins landslide in UK general election. EKEDC, that is Eco Distribution Companies, disconnects loot CMUL from electricity over 252 million naira debt. Tinubu enlists Dangote Elumelu Rewane in economic team. Now seeks Tinubu's endorsement of 300% pay rise for judiciary. Abductors of ex-Bayelsa commissioner get 40 years jail term each. Abductors of ex-Bayelsa commissioner get 40 years jail term each. The story is on page 8 of The Guardian. These are headline stories today on the cover of The Guardian. For more, log on to www.leadership.ng. Guardian.ng. From the Guardian, we move to Vanguard newspaper. Vanguard's main headline story today, Friday, July 5, 2024, says 21 local government areas in 10 states FCT submerged in flood, according to the federal government. 21 LGAs in 10 states FCT submerged in flood. Says no release of water from dams. Cameroon's Lagdo Dam warns states, local governments to safeguard lives of Nigerians. These are the kickers to the main headline story. 21 local government areas in 10 states, FCT submerged in flood. Somehow agreement in interest of Nigeria, federal government says in reaction to the protest that has continued to trade that agreement. Federal government in reply says Samoa agreement in interest of Nigeria. JAMB uncovers 3,000 fake graduates. Kidnapping. Federal government working seriously to secure ungoverned spaces. NSA. And in sports, AFCON 2025, Super Eagles draw Benin Republic, Rwanda again. We move to the stories about the masthead of Vanguard. Federal government's debt to petrol importers exceeds 9.1 trillion naira. Edo Guba, PDP court wrestle over Ighodalo's candidacy. Appeal court voice sack of Rivers Assembly Speaker Amawe Wule, 24 others. With that, we conclude review of Vanguard's front headline stories. Log on to the website of Vanguard for more and continuation of those headline stories and inside pages. www.vanguardngr.com. From Vanguard, we move to the Punch. Punch also has similar headline to that of Vanguard. 10 states battling for flooding, 21 others at risk, federal government warns. 10 states battling for flooding, 21 other states at risk, federal government warns. Government fears cholera may worsen as Lagos, Abuja, others count losses. Flooding kills Pupi. Rivers to overflow July. Ondo, Kaduna, 17 others to be affected. Flood sacks 10 Ogun communities. These are the riders, kickers to the main headline story of 10 states battling flooding, while federal government warns that 21 other states are at risk. Beneath that main headline story, we have CNG 40% cheaper than petrol, 100 stations coming in NPC. Defense headquarters says don't lose faith in military over Goza explosions. Bandits free Kaduna judge, demand 150 million naira to release children. Government adopt Abuja-bound travelers in Kogi. We move to the story beside the masthead of the Punch. Labour heads for victory in UK exit poll. And above the masthead of the Punch, federal government plans 2 trillion naira economic revival scheme, inaugurates council. Nigeria to host $5 billion African Energy Bank. While NNPC disagrees as report puts petrol debt at $6 billion. With that, we also conclude the review of the Punch headline stories today, July 5, 2024. For more, log on to the website of the Punch, www.punchng.com. From the Punch, we move to the last paper on our menu, and that is Blueprint. Blueprint says at inauguration of Dangote Elumelu PECC, Tinubu unveils 2 trillion naira economic stabilization plan, targets 4.7 million jobs. Tax team on energy, oil and gas, agriculture, others. We have capacity to turn economy around within months. Dangote Elumelu. I'll take that leading story once again. This story gracing the cover of Blueprint newspaper this Friday, July 5, 2024. At inauguration of Dangote Elumelu PECC, Tinubu unveils 2 trillion naira economic stabilization plan, targets 4.7 million jobs. Tax team on energy, oil and gas, agriculture, others. We have capacity to turn the economy around within months. Dangote Elumelu. Benin Army headline story: $150 billion Samoa deal, nothing to do with gay, transgender community rights, federal government. PDP primaries: FHC halts Ighodalo's bid for Edo governorship poll. I'll take that once again. PDP primaries: FHC, that is Federal High Court, halts Ighodalo's bid for Edo governorship polls. Federal government warns Kaduna, Lagos, Anambra orders against flooding. NSA hands over 16 kidnapped victims to Zamfara government. Buni launches Yobe policy on internally displaced persons. The story that runs on page 6 of Blueprint. Buni launches Yobe policy on internally displaced persons. Rivers pro-Wike speaker order lawmakers win at Appeal Court. And just beneath the masthead of Blueprint, federal government releases 44,656 bags of food items to FCT residents. Federal government releases 44,656 bags of food items to FCT residents. And in business, CBN vows to penalize banks rejecting mutilated naira notes. In sports, AFCON 2025 qualifiers: Super Eagles face Benin, Rwanda, Libya in Group D. And above the masthead of Blueprint, NPA has capacity to repay $700 million loan facility for Tinker Ports, Bello, Cocoa. The stories on page 6 of Blueprint newspaper. And with that, we conclude the review of front headline stories on Blueprint today, Friday, July 5, 2024. For more, log on to www.blueprint.ng. With this also, we also conclude today's Inside Nigeria for review of front headline stories. Unfortunately, we don't have a guest in the house to do justice to some of the headline stories. My name is Onifred. Here's wishing you a beautiful weekend. Meanwhile, don't forget to join us for news on the hour on the station. See you.
Thank you for watching. For sponsorship and advert placements, please contact 080-3688-6158. Last Word Leadership Podcast Studio. You have